Good morning, class. So, here today we are going to start a new concept, that is measurements. I've already written on the board, and class 6th. Okay, so before starting the lesson, we have got some objectives which we have to look into, and I've written the objectives which are going to be taught in this chapter. Let's take a look into that. First one, what is measurement? Second, need for standard unit. Third, what are SI units? Fourth, measuring different quantities. Fifth, approximation and estimation. So first, let's take a look into the first objective of our lesson. What is measurement? What is measurement? Measurement is a determination of the dimensions, quantity or capacity of an item. So as you all can see in your textbook, you have your definition. Please underline that. When we talk about dimensions, let's take into this duster. So the duster has got its own length, the width, the height. So when we just take everything into consideration, we call it as a dimension. Similarly, the capacity or the quantity and capacity. Okay, imagine that you have a water bottle. Suppose one water bottle is about 1 liter and the other one is about 2 liters. Okay, so the 2-liter one will contain more quantity of water. The capacity is more for the second bottle. So these are a few examples, and we can just go through a different set of examples. We all know that measurement is a part of everyday life. For example, if you go to a shopkeeper and ask for sugar, he'll just say like 1 kg or 2 kg of sugar. He'll just packs and give it to you. Similarly, if you ask for tomatoes like 1 kg or half kg, you use a particular set of quantity for what you want to buy or purchase. Similarly, if you go to a tailor, so to stitch your uniforms, he first takes your measurement of your body before stitching the uniform so that the uniform will suit you comfortably. Similarly, I want you students to take note of different kinds of measurements that you undergo in your everyday life. That's your homework for today. Please do that. Let's continue with the class. Now we are going to our second objective, that is need for standard units. As you all know that we used a lot of measuring devices. Even now we are using a lot. In the olden days there were a lot separate methods. Okay, people use their body parts to measure things on those times. So let's look into the following. First one, handspan. What is a handspan? Handspan, I've already written thumb to little finger. That is, when you stretch your fingers of any of your hand, the tip of your thumb to the tip of your finger is called as handspan. Let's just check what is the length of the board by using our handspan. 1, I guess you can see that. Okay, we'll just see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the board is around 5 handspans. Okay, I guess you know what you mean by handspan. So it depends on person to person. Next, cubit. Cubit is the tip of the middle finger to elbow. So tip of the middle finger, stretch your hand. You already know. Now the tip of the middle finger to elbow. So this region of your arm is called as handspan. So this is one handspan. Similarly, you have got foot. Foot is like one of your leg. I mean the bottom part. Okay. So if two are there, we call it as feet. If one is there, it's foot. Then we have got stride. Stride is walking with a long step. So walking with a long step, you already have done that. If you take a long step, you call it as a stride. Then we have got phantom. Phantom. Okay. When we go to phantom, I've written measuring the depth of water. So it's usually 6 feet. 6 feet. Yes. 6 feet. So what do you mean by that? It's an average, like, okay, a person who is 6 feet tall. So basically, mine, if you check, it'll be around 5.9 or 10. I don't remember the exact number. So if you go for a 6 feet tall person, 6 feet tall person, okay, if the person goes inside the pond or a water body, so if the water level is up to his height, up to the height of the person, so we call it a fathom. So it's usually used to measure the depth of water. So these were the different techniques or different methods used by the ancient peoples to check or to measure things during those days. Now, if you want any other example, like I can give you one more. If you go to a flower vendor, so the one who makes beautiful garland and all, if you go there, you can see that the person who gives you the flower will take the measurement of the garland by using the method called cubit, right? Yes, cubit. They'll just take from one tip of their finger to the elbow, and they'll just take one, two of that, and then take the money according to that. So those are being followed even nowadays. And the drawback of this method is these methods depend on each person. This was really a big problem for the scientists. You already know that if one person tells one and the other person says the other one, they'll be like arguing, why are you saying different numbers? In order to get rid of these confusions, scientists have come with a new method of measuring things, and that method is called as standard unit. I hope now you understood why standard method of measurement is being used in the recent days.